In a society where people would hide who they really are or betray themselves in order to not lose the validation and love from their parents, in order to not disappoint and offend their family members or their parents and other people, in order to not be hated for who they are. But what I've came to realize on my journey is that I'd rather be hated for who I am than to be loved for who I'm not. As long as I can remember, experiencing childhood abuse led me to become a codependent. And throughout my teenage years, I was a codependent. I didn't have a sense of self. I didn't even have values of my own. I didn't know what I liked, what I disliked. I was everything that my parents wanted me to be. I was everything that my parents expected me to be. But when it came to me, I didn't know that I get to have my own values and my own likes and dislikes and choose my own career path and, choose my own religion instead of being part of the religion that my parents expected me to be. It wasn't until when I was 16 years old when I started to take my healing journey very seriously. It was then where my journey started, my hermit mode journey of me discovering my authentic self and me unlearning all the BS that I've learned throughout my teenage years and my childhood, all the beliefs and values and way of seeing the world, who I should be and how I should think. I started to unlearn every single thing that didn't resonate with me. Little by little, I started seeing who my authentic self really is. And when I started to be her, now that is where the game started. She was day and night different than what my parents expected me to be. And that's where I needed to swallow harsh truths about other people, especially my family members. That's where might I say, things that I thought was true started to shatter. Because people don't want to accept the truth because they don't want their illusions to be shattered. For the teenage self that was a codependent, had no sense of self, and I thought my family members accepted me. That acceptance, which was fake, that I thought I had from my parents, is shattered, and I realized and I saw people's true colors. And I realized the fact that I will never be truly accepted for who I am. I realized that I will never be loved for who I truly am in my family. I realized the fact that ever since I started to walk my own path, choosing my own path of becoming a content creator, I have disappointed my parents. This is not the career path that they expected me to walk on. I started to stand up for myself. I started to set boundaries which people didn't like. I ditched purity culture, which meant that sometimes I didn't dress conservatively, which also disappointed my parents and pissed them off sometimes because I was a Muslim and now I'm an ex-Muslim. So me becoming an ex-Muslim meant that me ditching purity culture. That's not part of my personal style, because when you discover your authentic self, you also discover your personal style. And that's a really big part of who I am. And when I first came out to my parents that I'm an ex-Muslim, that I was no longer part of a religion that they wanted me to be in, I pissed my family members off. Not only did I disappoint them, but I got called all sorts of things just because of being an ex-Muslim. It was abundantly clear to me that my choice of being an ex-Muslim offended them the most. And the fact that might I tell you the fact that I was born in Bangladesh, where majority of the people are Muslims. When I was in Bangladesh, I never heard anyone say, oh yeah, I just came out to my parents, bro. People and probably bi people exist in Bangladesh, but they're closeted, if that's how you say it. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I just forgot to mention something that I wanted to say in the video, which is that in Bangladesh, under the law, it is illegal to So yeah, I didn't know that, but I knew the fact that majority of the people, if not all of the people, are homophobic. It's not accepted in Bangladesh. People do not feel safe to come out like that, and Bengal people that are ex-Muslims, they do not feel safe to say that out loud or come out as an ex-Muslim. I'm not gonna talk about it that much, but yeah, just to let you know about a couple of things that I wanted to mention. I didn't per se came out to my family members because I already know the reaction, and besides, it's nobody else's business, so there's that. I am everything that my parents didn't want me to be. I'm everything that my parents doesn't approve of. I was no longer the codependent daughter that had no sense of self and did what my parents and my family members expected of me to do. And I discovered my own voice, and now I have my own opinions and values of my own that absolutely didn't align with that of my family members. I'm not living my life to please other people. I'm not living my life to please my parents. I'm not living my life to make them happy. I'm living my own life because I deserve to live my own life the way that I want to. I didn't came here just so that I can die one day and say,
"Ah, yeah, I did everything that my parents wanted me to do. I was the person that my parents wanted me to be. And I betrayed myself, and I was miserable, and I was unhappy. But at least I made them happy,
Like, I didn't came here on this planet Earth to do that. For me personally, I came here to be the most unapologetic version of myself. It doesn't matter if Bob doesn't like it. It doesn't matter if Sarah doesn't like it. It doesn't matter if that auntie or uncle doesn't like it. It doesn't matter if family members doesn't like it. And you think to yourself, oh, but it's my family. But what does a family even mean? What you thought what family is, you came to realize what isn't and what truly is. You realize the fact that family doesn't mean abuse. Family doesn't mean forcing someone to be someone that they are not. That is not love. Family isn't calling someone all sorts of things just because they're not part of a religion anymore. You realize the fact that how you defined certain things all of a sudden shatters right in front of your eyes. Because of one step, you decided to reveal who you truly really are. And a lot of people do not want to accept that. It hurts at first, but then I realize something on my self-love journey as I learn to accept and embrace and love myself. It's the fact that when you love yourself, you never betray yourself. When you love yourself, you care about yourself. When you love yourself, you care about your own happiness. You realize the fact that you are more than worthy and deserving to be loved for who you are. That you don't need to be part of a religion to be loved, that you don't need to change your sexuality to be loved for who you are, that you don't need to act in a certain way to be loved for who you are, that you don't need to choose a certain career path to be loved for who you are. No, that you are loved for who you are right now, for being your authentic self. For me, it came from a strong level of self-love and what self-love truly means. And I know that part of loving myself is also to honor how I feel and to respect my own values and to live by my own values and to stand for what I believe in. Because I deserve to express all of myself. I deserve to show the world who I truly am. All the parts of me deserve to be seen, deserve to be heard. That's where it comes from. And it comes from one of my values, which is valuing authenticity and being my most unapologetic version of myself above everything. And that includes living for myself. And that includes being myself and disappointing people. And that includes being myself and people being pissed off. And that includes me leaving a religion and being called all sorts of things. I experienced abuse when I was a child twice. And then I experienced ongoing religious abuse when I was a child. And then I also experienced bullying when I was in 5th grade and 6th grade, and a little bit in 7th grade. Then I went through 2 toxic connections, and then I also experienced some painful betrayals, as well as people being outright jealous and trying to bring me down and trying to say all sorts of things. That came from having experience with multiple narcissists, that jealousy is a really big thing. It made me realize how many people tried to dim my light, dim my power. And throughout my whole journey of me healing from that and overcoming all of that and working through all of that and developing an unshakable self-love and being self-assured in who I am, I look at my past self and I would cry for my past self. I look at my past self and I would just go and hug her. Because she didn't know how lovable she was for being herself. She didn't know the fact that the problem wasn't her. And going through all of these effed up, messed up things and painful things made me realize how much love I have for myself. It was coming from the place that I would never let anyone hurt myself ever again. I will never let anyone tell me who I should be, who I get to be. And I made that promise to myself. And that's where it comes from, the fact that I would rather be hated for who I am than to be loved for who I'm not. Being your authentic self comes certain things that people do not want to face and people do not want to experience. Because being fake is easy, but authenticity takes courage. And that is something that isn't talked about, and you are doing the biggest disservice to yourself by betraying yourself most of all. The one thing that I value a lot is being free. And you can never be free when you hide who you really are. When you betray who you are just to be accepted by other people, just to be loved by other people, to not disappoint and offend other people. You can never be free from doing that. And I deserve to live a life that I really love. I deserve to live a life the way that I want to, by my own values. I deserve to live my life by being my authentic self. And I deserve to be happy, and I deserve to express myself the way that I want to. And I deserve to be free. I deserve to feel at peace within myself and my mind and my heart and my soul. And I care about myself. I care about my own happiness. Most of all, I accept, embrace and love who I am, which is why I will never betray myself. So even if I disappointed other people, even if I pissed people off, and even if I'm hated for my personal views, or the way in which I choose to go about my life, or for who I am, I would rather be hated for who I am than to be loved for who I am not. I live for myself, and I am free, and I am happy, and I please myself, and I live by my own values. And I value being my authentic self unapologetically, and I will not let anyone get in the way of that. So that's it, guys, with the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I had a lot of fun filming this video. Let me know in the comments down below what was your takeaways from this video. As well as let me know in the comments down below if you've experienced similar situations like I did, or if you can relate to my story, or if certain things that I've mentioned in this video truly resonated with you. I would love to read your comments, and if you enjoyed watching this video, then you're absolutely going to love watching this video, which is being fake is easy, but authenticity takes courage. The dark side of authenticity that many people don't talk about. So go ahead and check that video out. You're going to enjoy watching that video if you enjoyed watching this video. And with that being said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss out on more episodes of the Step Into Your Power series. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye.